Welcome everyone to round 3 of the Raymandicoot and 86 race. It's currently 1-1 and they're about to start Slippery Percent, where every surface in the game is slippery besides the slippery surfaces on certain levels. But just watch out for that. It should be a fun race and a lot of memes. So we're about to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, right. I will move over to stream one now.
Cool.
Peace.
So there'll be a slight delay on the stream depending on their capture, but there's only going to be about 3 or 4 seconds difference, but if it comes down to that, we can always count for that. And I'm joined by Galacum.
Hi.
Hello. So I'm expecting someone to die straight away, at least in the first couple of levels.
They got this, trust me. I believe in them.
I have no faith. Especially after what happened to me and Noe.
So I think Raymandicoot's probably like 5 seconds ahead of the cap card anyway.
Yeah, but he also did a really fast screen as well. He kind of zoomed through it all. Whereas that probably won't help him in the long run.
What would you say the experience between the two players is for Slippery Percent in particular?
I know Jamie Raymandicoot has done the category on stream a couple of times, just as a meme. So he has some experience with it. I think he might have played the version 1 edition with the dodgy PP screens that are really hard.
Okay, yeah. The dodgy Pentathlon 2 screen.
Those ones, yeah. And I also haven't. I don't think EightSixThree's ever done it before, but I've definitely seen him practice today. So, and they've also both watched our previous run of this on stream, so they should have some ideas and some shortcuts potentially. But I think it's pretty even. I think EightSix is the better player, but Raymandicoot has the slight experience on this.
So for those who don't know, there was a previous version of this slippery mod. Although Destabilize said that every surface of the game is slippery, the surfaces that aren't slippery are things that aren't normally solid. So there was a what's her name again? Ad Solution created this slippery mod by taking every single solid tile in the game through her the editor she used. She made it. There's a button that you can literally click that makes every solid tile, not every single tile in the game, but every solid tile and slope tile, slippery versions of those tiles.
You'll see things like that Palamo flower that isn't slippery because they're events.
Yeah, you can't physically make those slippery, but like, if you were to have made every single like tile in the game slippery, you would have like drowned tiles, like that water would you'd slip on them instead. So it's not every tile, it's just the solid tiles and the slope tiles.
The ones that make sense, basically.
Yeah. But what didn't make sense in the original version was that bouncy tiles were in Pentathlon were not changed. Were changed, even though they were bouncy tiles instead of normal solid tiles. And so it took an extensive amount of effort to figure out how to get past the pencils because the setup that the game gives you no longer worked. And they're actually very finicky. It wants you to do it in a very specific way. So what speedrunners learned was that they could speed lock underneath the sharpeners that were below the pencils. And then you could do a careful damage boost on the last set of pencils. That being said, this version of the slippery mod does not have that caveat. The bouncy tiles bounce like normal, so they will not have to deal with it.
The runners do get a choice which version they want to play, but they both decide on playing so easier version. The one that won't take as long, I guess.
Yeah, it's literally just that screen.
Although Jamie has died twice already. Died once on the first screen of Anguish and just died to the boss as well.
But passing the boss now.
Yes. I'm still debating whether they're going to need the 99 life achievement. Probably suspecting they're going to need to.
They're allowed to use it, right?
Yeah, I expect so. In most categories on this tournament, if they're messing with the game files, then we allow it. But things like damage list, well, obviously you wouldn't want to use that.
I mean,
Things like,
I'd hope you wouldn't die that many times in damage.
Yeah. Like low ting percent, low helicopter percent, those sort of categories where it doesn't actually change the game file, it's not allowed.
Even in low ting? Whew, that's scary.
Yeah. It does make it a lot harder, I guess. I guess they can always use memory cards or check the password screen before they enter levels if they want to play it safe.
Has any of them done a slippery run before? I believe Raymandicoot has done a couple of slippery percent runs.
Yeah, he definitely has, yeah. But that was probably quite a while ago, so yeah, I don't think that's going to help him out too much. So this screen, or this auto screen in 8.6 isn't going to be too difficult. As long as he does a lot of null jumps, I think they're called, where you jump and don't touch left or right, and it'll make Rayman stand still without sliding at all. It works with every slippery surface in the game, so that's using some of the speedrunning levels casually. But they'll be able to use it all around this game, especially in these sort of levels where you don't need to go fast. They're going to be doing that quite a bit just to make sure they don't slide around and fall off the edges.
Fortunately, as well, is the items that you spawn from holding down the interact button, the O button. I guess for default, it spawns an event, so they don't have to worry about slipping on a grown plant after all.
Yeah, exactly. This will be the only level they can use this flower though. Does it? I can't tell. Does it stop your movement if you plant a flower, or does it cancel the animation?
No, it does not. It will keep going, and up until it'll plant at the very last point that you were at right before the flower physically spawned.
So that's not going to save them then. Although 8.6 making easy work of that level.
No.
And he takes his first death.
Yeah, that part right there, if you're trying to do the setup to just like land on the living stone, it's a little bit different. Just a little bit.
A lot safer just to punch the plums and jump across.
And
like
just a little bit in this game is a lot. Because you're doing very specific things.
Any slight movement is going to make you go flying, because you have some sort of momentum from the surface, so you go a lot faster than you would usually when you're jumping and falling off platforms. But this category does change a lot. It doesn't change the physics, but a lot of things act differently because of how Rayman's moving.
Yeah, you usually only see these types of physics in like certain levels at certain points, and now you're just seeing it everywhere we go.
It's really hard to get your head around at first. I don't think any runner is going to get used to it by the end of the run, if I'm being honest.
Nah, it's something you got to work on.
Yeah.
It takes time. Oh no, Mandy dying at the end.
I think what will happen once they get to the last game over, they'll use a 99 life cheat.
Swamps 2 is classically called the first screen of the game because that's when the speedrun starts. But
exactly. Although recently the PPW is getting quite tough as well with all these plum strats.
Mm-hmm.
But with that sort of level, you can reset quite easily, so it's not too bad. It would be a scary level later on in the run. But Swamps is definitely one of those notorious levels that just can kill anyone at any second if you get a wrong damage boost. A6 moving on past Swamps now.
Raymandicoot finishing up the second to last screen of Swamps now. The first screen of the game.
So this first level in Speedrun isn't too hard because the majority of the time you're just riding plums. It's the next screen that gets quite difficult, especially with all these flower cycles. They're not going to work as they can do in a normal speedrun because you're going to get to that flower a lot quicker and it throws off all the cycles. So I'm going to be interested if they take that slow or try and do the cycles fast.
Nice strat.
Yeah.
That being said, on the second screen there are a lot of spots where you're just physically on events the whole time, so it's not a big deal.
And
a little bit of it, but there is a part where you're on a lot of slopes and there are a lot of spiky fruits, and it can be quite scary.
Definitely. And there's also auto scrollers can make it a lot harder as well. if it's when you start overthinking these levels, you're going to see a lot more deaths as well. Another thing to look out for as well, which you'll see later on, some of the cages in this game are right by end signs. And with slippery physics, you can imagine it's quite easy to slide into the end sign without getting the cage. So that happened quite a few times in the last race. So it's definitely, I can imagine them going quite slow round end signs with cages.
8-6 keeping it safe. So is Raymandy. Both on the same screen right now. It's actually looking pretty nice. Just have to make sure you don't die to piranhas. Piranhas.
8-6.
If I were Jamie, I would take a checkpoint here.
Yeah, definitely.
It's right there. But it is kind of, on slippery, it is kind of hard to hit the checkpoint. Because you gotta stop moving your momentum to make it onto the checkpoint itself. It's very finicky. But...
Yeah, definitely. Oh, he's trying to go
Jamie's
fast.
going, yeah.
Doesn't look like it's worked out though.
It probably was okay compared to what 8-6 was doing, I would say. The HP, he had a lot of HP to spare. Oh, and 8-6 is doing the slippery part with the slope that I was describing earlier pretty briskly.
I didn't see if he got the one cycle or not, though. I assume he didn't go for it. It's quite scary.
The camera is completely different in slippery because of the way you move, so I imagine he didn't.
I'm sure there's some really fast strats you could do if you took your time to learn these levels, though.
No, this category is extremely funny.
Yeah. So this is the cage I was on about earlier. 8-6 is coming up to.
Ooh,
you have to basically hit the plumb down and get it down into the water. So I'm assuming he's gonna.
So Jamie's
close.
coming up on the slope part with a lot less HP than 8-6 had.
Yeah,
taking it a little safer, and it worked out for him.
Mainly, you want to focus on not dying here. You can go a bit slow.
So Jamie's probably only like 20, 30 seconds behind if he does fast strats. Not too bad. They're both on the same.
I do expect
more or less the same part.
I do expect them to die on this screen as well. From my experience, this is a really hard screen.
As long as you're holding right, everything in this shouldn't be too bad. You can hold right at this part. You don't need to worry about the spiky fruits.
There we go. Jamie taking the checkpoint. The checkpoint, the end sign.
Oh,
you gotta be super careful about that. That's really easy to do.
Lost like 4 minutes. Oh,
that's so not. Sorry. Yeah.
I think Jamie's gonna have to come back here later when he has run.
Definitely.
So
it won't be on helicopter.
It's not worth it at all to do.
Especially with helicopter, slippery's a lot easier once you do have the helicopter ability as well.
But that being said, anything can still happen. 8-6 can make a major mistake as well.
Easily. And another cage coming up that you'd want to look out for is the bongo screen 2 cage, where you have to jump over the end sign. That's quite easy to get as well. To get without getting the cage. So 8-6 does take a death there. So Raymandicoot would be in the lead now if he hadn't.
Another important thing to note about these this slippery percent category is that small platforms that were previously solid tiles become even smaller because the edges of slippery tiles are smaller than the edges of solid tiles.
Yeah, it's something very confusing at first. That's something I didn't realize when I did my run, and I thought the whole entire game was broken. It's very difficult, especially with like hitbox as well. All the hitboxes are going to change in certain areas, like in EP.
Yeah, and then there's other parts like Hard Rocks where previously you had like 2 platforms right next to each other, and you'd normally be able to walk on from one to the other because there's just only 1 tile empty difference. But with slippery platforms, you can fall through that.
Which is kind of funny when it happens.
Yeah, it happens at Hard Rocks 1 when you aren't ready for it.
I think depending on how you time it, you can sometimes get hit by the little rock golem, and he can knock you back up if you're lucky. But yeah, more than likely they're going to die if they don't realise that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that first cage, you know, when those 2 spiky balls go up and down and there's that hunter.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Yeah,
and there's a gap in one spot where you think you could walk over it normally like you
Yeah.
usually could, and you just fall right through. Alright, so they're
So-
both on the same boss now. Raymandicoot obviously missing a cage that 8-6 has, having to redo the stage over later, but there is a lot more game to go.
Especially in this category, 4 minutes isn't the end of the world, especially if 8-6 struggles on a certain section where Raymandicoot doesn't. Those 4 minutes can be caught up pretty quickly. Looks like 8-6 is about to finish the boss fight here.
In any event, Raymandicoot's not too far behind. Only 4 hits until the mosquito nest boss is defeated. And they both get the ability to grab rings.
That's when we start going fast. Well, we're already going fast because of the 3%, but...
Alright, Jamie is low HP, only 1 hit left to take, 1 hit left on the boss as well. Just has to play it safe.
I think
We
he
should be good.
good now. He has to
Yeah,
just duck.
it's a jump punch, right?
Yeah.
Yep, easy. Both runners finished up Mosquito.
So one funny thing about this fairy screen, because you automatically walk towards Spatilla, Rayman will just slide away from her, and it kind of loses a bit of time. Funny enough, if you pay attention to Raymandicoot's screen, you'll see it here in a second.
One
there's
important
some-
thing to note. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say there's some screens on Batilla where if you don't notice it, you're going to fall off the edge, and you have to hold left to be able to hang. But yeah, go ahead.
One of the important things to know about revisits in this game, by the way, just so it feels less bad, Raymandicoot will not have to do the auto-scroller over when he revisits the level. He'll have to do, and he won't have to fight the boss either. Any screen where you would have encountered a boss monster it doesn't exist in the revisit. So there's only 3 screens that Raymandicoot's gonna have to do, and if he knows the speed, if he knows how to like jog himself through it with the run and the hover, with slippery percent, it could take a very short period of time.
Yeah, it's probably more like 2 minutes if he does it optimal. But 8-6 flying through that screen with a speed boost with the fist. No, very fast. So this part shouldn't be too different from the Any Percent speedrun, because a lot of these tricks here are just on vents.
Yeah, this screen's pretty normal.
And Jamie going right through that section as well. Yeah, not falling off the edge. You can easily forget to jump and go straight past that flute and fall off the edge and die. Be slightly careful here when jumping up, like that. If he caught himself on the cloud though. But just the momentum of things will make you go flying. Okay, so Jamie messes up the strat here. Can he recover it?
Yes, this isn't too
Yeah, he
bad.
recovers it. I know once you mess up that trick, you can start to panic a bit.
As long as you're calm and collected.
Yeah, exactly. Well, also another thing here, you're
reset
gonna
up.
want to. Yeah, he gets Tazball still as well. That can be a lot harder with this trick because when you're going off the edge to hang, you can sometimes miss the hang quite easily. You get a lot more speed going off of it. But he makes that look easy. I think another thing it's really easy to mess up the zip here as well. Depending on how he does it.
Jamie not
He
going for the
doesn't.
zip at all.
I don't think he does that in Any Percent either. It's one of those zips he doesn't like too much from what I'm aware of.
Still going for task balls.
He
Works
does
out.
get Tazballs, yeah.
Sweet. Oh, but he didn't, because it was a slippery platform, his left forward momentum walking off the sprite didn't work out too well. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if 8-6 is going to try and get this cage here.
Because he didn't get to, what? He didn't get to hold left there, did he?
Yeah, so you couldn't hit against the wall to reset the momentum to then get to the left out bunker without hitting a
Oh no.
that's not good.
Raymandicoot missing the speedrun setup.
86 struggling to grab onto this ring as well. There we go, he finally gets it. And then Jamie gets a zip as well. They're both on the same screen now, but 86 still a little bit ahead, especially with that revisit Jamie still needs to do.
86 also hit on lives. If Raymandicoot dies and 86 dies, one of them will take a significant amount more time.
That's
to
right.
respawn.
So
Jamie's probably going to aim for a life somewhere around here.
yeah, I saw that happen. Like, this section can be really hard if you take it too slow.
Okay, Jamie getting this first try.
That was good. He needs this every bit of time save at the moment to catch up on this early game.
Also, 86 died. I didn't see that, yeah.
It can be hard because you have to either slow down enough to be able to punch the anti-tunes. Jamie's just going for it though.
Oh,
And if he got the hang.
This is fine.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't take another hit here, he should be fine, but he is a one health.
I think he's going to want to end the... I don't think he's going to go for the 1-up now. I think he's just going to go for the end. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. There we go.
All right,
So,
Jamie has taken the lead on mappage.
This is good. Getting close to this. At least he's ahead now. If he can keep getting slight time advantage, he should be able to take the lead here.
Purposely
Jamie does
taking the death.
I wonder
He
if
couldn't have enough HP to do the damage boost.
you shouldn't need to do
That
do
being
that.
said, on slippery percent, you can crawl through the crawl spaces.
At the very bottom, yeah. I wonder if he knows that. He didn't do that trick, but you can definitely do that, which would save a bit of time.
He doesn't know. He unfortunately doesn't know about the trick.
It doesn't look like 86 is doing that either. I thought it doesn't save too much time, but it does save that bit of time he could have used.
Yeah, for those who don't know, on slippery percent, the crawl space. Oh, he
86
did
going
know.
back and doing it. He remembered.
He remembered. Is he looking at us?
He's probably listening to stream. That's a straight disqualification for cheating.
In any event, Jamie is already on the Chocoballs, and 86 doing the whole thing straight, so it might be slightly different Chocoball spawn time, like how he has to jump here.
He's just going to try and jump over this. Yeah, he gets the jump. That can be scary sometimes if you get a weird cycle or don't react well enough to punch the anti-tune.
Alright, so Jamie now has to get over the end sign, which doesn't sound too bad, but I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a normal jump over. Yeah.
Oh, he might spawn.
That was actually quite nice. That was slick.
Yeah. I was worried he was going to spawn him some extra stuff there, but he luckily didn't. Should be able to make this cloud still. Yeah, easily. Yeah. He's taking a good lead now. If you don't count the cage, he missed.
This as well, doing a pretty good one, but
Definitely.
he did a jump punch, so now he's doing a little slower on the way back. Whew! He was holding
Nice
forward.
dodge. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, it's a little bit harder to get the damage boost on the lightning.
It
in
is,
this
yeah.
part.
It's not. You kind of want to jump, then tap left to then slide that way instead of trying to do it while on the ground.
Yep. 86 doing it the right way
Jump
first
down,
time.
yeah, definitely.
Ooh, but he
takes
took
the game
so
over.
many hits. So many hits to get that, though. Will he be able to get on the cloud? Yeah, he will. He's
Ooh,
taking it
this could
slow.
be scary. This could be... Okay. Yeah, he makes a cloud. That can be quite precise timing if you don't do it the usual way, because that cloud can just disappear under your feet. It looks like you should be able to finish this level up now. Jamie's struggling on this section. He's died again to it. There
Okay,
is,
he got it
finally
this time. He got it.
Ooh, but he did the extra... Ooh, he did the extra jump, which took it. That's not good. Close to another game over now.
Oh no. Yeah.
He might just be better off
I
doing
think it would have been better off
casually.
doing it normally.
Yeah. There we go. He's deciding to do it
Yeah, then
normally
he's
now.
going to do it normally. Too many deaths.
Yeah.
So now we're in Allegro Presto. So I believe Ad Solution thought it would be incredibly funny if Allegro Presto was made to not have anything slippery at all. It's like Jaguar. It's really boring now, but it was a funny joke at the time. So
there are a few levels that are still quite hilarious, to be fair.
yeah, no. This is the only level like that was like manually edited, I believe. Everything else was just an auto-generated like, script for making ground tiles slippery.
MDD's very different as well.
Oh yeah, Mr. Dark Air, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. I forgot about that for a sec. Thank you for reminding me.
So, which is probably one of the funnest levels in the game, to be honest, with this percent. The way they've changed it was really well done.
Funny, maybe. I think this level is quite a slog now.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you just want to get through the level now. The other screens are kind of interesting, though. They definitely do mix up the things a bit. It gives them a bit of time to reflect on if they're doing good or bad, and think of future strats on how safe they want to make it, I guess. So it gives them a little bit of thinking time. I think it would have been cruel if they didn't change this end section here, where they had to come back with run in helicopter. But they didn't seem to do that.
Yeah, when this part comes up that 863 is about to do, not this cage, but the next cage, it's like very uncanny. I would say is the best way to describe what's about to go on.
I didn't quite understand what was happening at first until I kind of had to think about it.
Yeah, it's just you don't really expect to be up here. Is a good way to describe it. You're just there after walking up as much as you can.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the gap initially. I went back trying to figure out where I needed to go next, so I just didn't expect it to be there. Basically getting through this level now. So this next screen's changed quite a bit, where you can't. The trumpets are kind of bad now. You kind of want to not take them.
Yeah, if you're standing on the ground, the trumpets will not pretty much do nothing when you're on a solid tile.
And if he does get hit by one of these trumpets and jumping, he's just not going to be able to grab onto these platforms.
Yeah, so there's a couple of quick strats that you can do now with the extra added tiles, some grabs that skip out on the horns.
No, you're not going
8-6 is getting handled by these trumpets right now.
So you're not your friend in this. You kind of want to go to... There you go, he's done it now. You just want to get to the edge of the platform as much as possible so that you don't get them to activate.
To be fair, I'd say they're never my friend.
Will he take the save point here? He does. That's pretty smart. The next section can be very strange as well. Right, he knows about the secret cage location.
I feel like they're grabbing extra platforms they don't need to. You can grab onto most of these from other platforms.
Yeah. Trouble is they don't trust the level now. Once you see slight changes in the level, you don't trust anything anymore. So every jump you take, you're not sure if it's going to be different or not. Oh, he's taken a death there. Lucky he did take that checkpoint. Otherwise, you're back at the bottom of this trumpet screen. Jamie struggling with these as well. You really don't want to take these speed boosts. As much as it feels like you should, you definitely don't want to take any of them.
Yeah, once Jamie notices how close those platforms are and takes advantage of grabbing them instead of interacting with the trumpets, this will be a lot quicker. Yep. Okay, he's seeing it now. He's seeing it. He's there now. Now, this part that 8-6 is on is really difficult. There's like such a small gap that you can barely... I don't even know if you can stand in between them.
I think you do need to take a damage boost so you can jump up there, to be honest. If not, it's super precise to even do it. It's just easier to take the damage boost.
Yeah, and this whole part is just like mad weird because you have no slippery. It's hard to really like orient yourself.
Exactly, yeah.
Plus that like whole slide is gone. Normally you're not even supposed to be able to make it to that cage from behind it.
So
there's a whole solid tile of the platform covering it normally.
So you saw 8-6 die there. The reason he died there was because he probably forgot the slippery physics are back on non-slippery surfaces usually. So at the start of this level it's slippery again. So it's definitely easy to forget that you're on a slippery level. I wonder if Jamie will make the same mistake or not.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
So on the next level, you spawn on slippery again, and because you're so used to not being on slippery surfaces after this level, you completely forget about it.
Right.
So it doesn't. So it's quite easy to slip off or miss the drum.
Jamie. Oh, I thought Jamie might have been going for the 1-up for a second, but opting not to go for the 1-up. So in this level that they're both on, solid tiles are now made slippery, and the slippery tiles are made solid. It's not too bad. It's definitely easier to manage, I'd say, than the original set, but
yeah, it's just forgetting about them.
Yeah, you have to remember that they work the way they do, or else you'll feel pretty disoriented. Make some mistakes you don't want to make.
So 86 is coming to the end of the screen now. So this is another.
I think Jamie might take a hit here. Oh no, he's fine.
86
Sometimes that
getting...
lightning eye. Yeah. Sometimes that lightning eye can hit you.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to get hit by that. 86 making easy work with these platforms though. He's just getting walking speed in all of them, which is just making it like normal, which is, well, not normalish, I guess.
I wonder if Jamie feels like he's needs to catch up or something because he's taking a lot of risks. Oh, but he got the 1-up though.
It's really quicker to get that 1-up. He tried to go for the.
He tried to go for the slippery momentum, but then he realized, wait, this is solid now.
It's very slightly quicker to get that 1-up. There we go. He forgot about the slippery. That's exactly what I was talking about. He forgot about it, and then he just did the wrong jump completely. But yeah, it's probably quicker to do the 1-up strat there because you can get to the right quicker before falling down.
Yep. Oh, at least fortunately he took the check.
He did that really fast, 86. Slippery physics are back on this last level. And he did that super fast. I doubt Jamie's going to do it that well, for me, honestly. I expect him to go a lot slower, being on 3 health and not knowing where everything's spawning. So he can't be as reckless as 86 was.
I feel like I remember in my original playthrough, it just kind of worked out the way you would think it would when you freak out about it. So as long as Raymandicoot just believes, it's okay.
See what he does here. They definitely do come back at one point. There we go, they're back now. Yeah, it's definitely
He's taking a little lower. That's a little weird.
Yeah, he's taking a little bit slower than 86, not doing any fist boosts, but he's getting through it pretty well.
Yeah, it just kind of works out. You can see here, it's just kind of weird and puts you into a bit of shock.
I'm just worried that
not too bad.
Is there going to be another platform underneath me, or is the level changed even more? But he'd get through that fairly easily with 1 health, so this is one cloud that could mess him up. There we go. That's the extra hit. Usually you wouldn't take a hit there on any percent, but because of the way the clouds and physics work with slippery, kind of just falls through it instead of climbing up on it. Expect him to jump now. No, he makes the same mistake again.
Alright, now they both have the ability to hover with their helicopter hair.
It should make some areas a bit easier, just because you have more time in the air and not on slippery physics. It gives you a little more time just to adjust yourself if you do mess up. But with that, the levels do get harder, so I guess it doesnn't help in the long run in terms of... It will help with Jamie definitely on the pre-visit.
So this part coming up here is a little bit different. I wonder if 86 will go for the P or will go up. Nope. Just taking the lead here. I guess he wants the 1-up and he's gonna just forgo the P orb itself. It's not too bad, I guess. It makes sense.
Looks like Jamie's going for all the cages in the level. Might give up on that though, he's struggling with this clip.
Oh, 8-6 going for the normal setup. Not even taking a damage boost. Oh!
The damage boost is pretty hard, to be honest. You don't get quite... The camera angle messes up. You don't quite get the rings properly.
You don't even need to, though. You can just damage boost. You could do a fist boost.
From underneath here.
Fist boost him. No. My bad. I didn't mean it like that. You see that where you... Oh, no!
That's a bad death.
It's slippery physics. Oh, Jamie's going for all the cages on this first screen, it seems.
It would have been worth it if you could have got the clip quickly, but it's definitely not worth it going this way.
Jamie's probably going to get... There's a high chance... Okay, no. He's fine.
He's got that.
He's taking an interesting path. Ooh, the slowdown on... Retro. Oh, not RetroArch. They use Duck Station now, right?
It depends. I know Jamie prefers Retro, but you can't... I think he is using retro. I think Jamie would be using retro right now, to be honest. There's two. You can use.
That was a lot of slowdown. I haven't seen that in years.
Unless that's on stream side. It looked like the game was slowing down, definitely.
Yeah, for 100%.
It might have helped him there, to be honest, though. Give a little time to think. So I wonder what 8-6 is going to do. Is he going to take it slow, trying the damage? He's trying the damage boost. Okay, he gets. Ooh.
Another death. This is some huge deaths. Every single time you go through this section, it's minutes. More than a minute off every death.
If Jamie didn't do the strat here, he could be ahead right now, Eric, I think.
Yeah, he could be ahead, but he could also, like... He might actually be making up lots of time here.
Potentially. Depends if...
It depends if he dies.
Yeah, and also how quickly 8-6 does a revisit as well.
Yeah, if he can match the energy that he's putting out here.
Oh, that's a bad death.
That's not too bad. The game over isn't great, but the Twilight Gold screen is probably like 30 seconds horizontally without the ability to slip around the entire time. So you can see here he just spent like maybe 10 seconds to get back into where he was.
Yeah. But when he's trying to do this alternative route to go quicker, though, he's definitely losing time now over the normal way.
He's losing time over the normal way, but he's made up a lot of time on 8-6 if he can match and do it first try. So 8-6 is finally done with that screen. But he's going to have to come back to Twilight Gold.
Yeah.
So it might not... It depends on what Jamie does here.
He needs to do a screen first try.
Yeah, first try. He'll do it. He'll get it. He'll save time. He might even be ahead even after the revisit. Who knows?
Yeah.
Even after the Mosquito's Nest revisit, that is. Oh no, 8-6 doing the thing I said earlier. Walking right off the gap. That gap, those two gaps right there normally are not gaps that you can fall through in the vanilla game. But because of the way the slippery tiles interact at the edges with Rayman compared to solid tiles, they become fall-throughable gaps.
Even though events aren't slippery, it's kind of odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess, I feel like it changes more than just the slippery surfaces. Those aren't technically slippery, are they?
Part of the way that Rayman interacts off the edge of sprites, or I guess event, will be more adversely affected
by how you got onto it. Yeah.
By how you got onto it. So the fact that slippery platforms do the things they do will change how you feel on these events. Jamie took it very safe and it worked out perfectly. Extremely.
Oh, and he dies. They're at the same point now, I believe.
I believe that 8-6 is at Hard Rocks 2 now.
Oh, Hard Rocks 2.
Yeah, but this is big.
Yeah, it's a massive time save he needed. This is quite a short screen as well Jamie's on. He needs to be careful not to die though with 1 HP before getting the cage. Ooh,
yeah, he knows about the gap, so he tried to jump over it, but took a small death. So it's a small one. He's right.
He does it again.
You know what? I got mixed there. I would have thought that you would grab it at least.
Alright, he finally gets the cage.
I wonder if he wants to take a death here now. Oh yeah, he's probably going to take the death.
Especially if they're going to use a 99 life cheat, there's no reason not to take these damage abuses. Probably because he would end up dying on the way back anyway. struggling to get back up.
Yeah, because of the way the slipperies are, it's a lot harder to land on them. Oh my god. Yeah, all these deaths are not normal. Well,
8-6
actually,
taking
no,
a big
that
death
wouldn't
there as well.
Yeah, 8-6 tried to get the cage, falling a little short due to the slippery physics. Got hit before the fist managed to travel towards the cage. Wait. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at 8-6 screen like that was Raymandicoot for a second. I was like, wait, you gotta get the cage. No, it's fine.
He's getting the cage now, so he's going to progress. Now they're on the same screen, although 8-6 is a little bit further ahead of the screen. But if he takes another bad death, then he opts to take the checkpoint, which is the smart move there, especially while using a lead.
Oh, Raymandicoot's doing this relatively, like, naturally, actually.
Yeah.
Like, this looked like a normal Hard Rock section, actually. The way that he moved through it. And it worked out very well.
Really well, yeah. Shame he couldn't get the duck there. That was really fast. He could have slid straight off that and got straight to the right-hand side. So it was a little bit unlucky there.
I would say Jamie is looking a lot more up to snuff with these mountain sections than 8-6. They're both on the same screen now.
8-6 might die here. He's probably going to take a slow and kill over.
No,
taking
he's moving. He's moving.
He's on 1 HP now, though, so I wonder if he'll choose to die here or not.
Meanwhile, Jamie's doing great, so...
Yeah, he's catching up.
Catching up on mappage, and he also has one revisit to do in Mosquito's Nest, but he finished all of Twilight Gulch, whereas Raymandicoot... No, whereas 8-6 is going to have to go back. So this is a very interesting race. Anything can happen. Nobody really knows 100% who's in front right now.
No, it's cool. It's anyone's game at the moment. He does make easy work of that as well. He's got a bunch of health, so he just brute force his way through that part.
Yeah, on the same screen again.
Another death there. He's ahead of 8-6 if 8-6 dies here again. And he also got more health as well, which is going to come in handy. These falling boulders. Making light work of that section as well. Oh, decides to destroy the boulder instead of jumping over it. It didn't work out how he intended, but I like the idea.
Oh
died
no,
again.
He died with the checkpoint, so he has to...
Oh, okay, that wasn't as bad of a death.
He has to respawn the cage now.
You're right, yeah, that's awful death. I always forget about the cage not respawning.
Yeah, I don't think he remembered, because he doesn't have the cage spawn. Yeah, he's gonna see it, and he's gonna like, wait a second. Yep. He didn't remember.
Jamie almost died getting that cage, but he luckily got up. So he's probably ahead now, including the revisit, I have to say. That's quite a big...
Yeah, this is great for Raymandi.
Very good
comeback.
Whereas
for 8-6, probably thinking about... the interesting thing is that I feel like 8-6 is trying to play it smart, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to be reserved, take it slow, make sure that things are working the way he wants it. But because it's slippery physics, and also because it's Rayman 1 for the PlayStation 1, doing things slow almost goes against you. Yeah, it's like, it feels tough. It's really tough to do things slow and methodically. Because when you're doing Rayman the speedrun way, everything kind of like snaps into place, you know? Like, you're doing it in a way that everything works out. But when it's not working out, everything feels really slow, really difficult.
It's a very cycle-based game, so every cycle's off if you're doing it slower than usual, which is...
Yeah, and then you add in the slippery physics of this mod, and everything's thrown off. So 8-6 is probably gonna... It's hard to tell him to be more bold, because he doesn't have the experience, right, to be certain about the way he's moving around. So this is where the experience from Raymandicoot's shining through for sure.
So Raymandicoot
Having
something
done this
smart.
more often than not.
Yeah, Raymandicoot did something smart though. What he done a backward speed boost at the start of the level to get extra speed than you usually would have just doing a standard speed lock. Opting not to get the checkpoint, which I'm quite surprised about.
He's feeling confident, it seems.
This is even on.
Is it worth it though? That's
This
the
level
question.
is
We'll find
different,
out.
even when you're in the helicopter mode, because you'll get more forward momentum than you realise. Like then, you just get a lot more speed than you would usually.
I think it worked out. I think that he's looking pretty fine right now.
Yeah.
As long as he gets the next checkpoint and doesn't play it any heavier. Because he's going for it. He's booking it. He's got the pure.
I like the attitude here. He's got full health. He should be fine here.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
This is what he needed.
He's showing off the confidence he has in this category.
I'm making easy work of that section as well. Really well done by him. It'll be very interesting where they're both at though after the revisits are done.
They're both not going for that first checkpoint.
See, I would have definitely gone for that checkpoint. But I guess when you're behind, you kind of do want to try and make up every bit of time you can get. Thinking it should be fine. 3 health should be enough to get past the section. So there's a part here where if Jamie realises he's going to have a faster fist than usual, so he can't do this boomerang strat, so he's going to need to jump straight down to the cage. I wonder if he'll remember or not. He's not. Oh, he has got slow fist. He must have died in Hard Rocks. But if you have a faster fist there, you can't do that strat he just done.
Yeah, he died twice in Hard Rocks 1.
Yeah, so that's... Yeah, okay.
And then he also, obviously, he died in Hard Rocks 3 for the cage.
Yeah.
Jamie's doing a lot of, what do we call them no jumps now? Is that what you said? No jumps?
No jumps, I think. I might have the name
No
wrong.
jumps. Okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Null jumps, so you just jump straight, neutral. Doing a lot of safe null jumps from Raymandy right now, making sure to be careful on the jumping section. It's easy to slip off, fall, and die to the water. So
yeah, definitely a smart thing to do though, especially when you can't make it go any faster anyway. You might as well take advantage and play it safe.
yeah, no, that's more or less the same strat you would do in the speedrun generally. So it's not surprising. You don't want to rock the boat anymore in any event. So it's a good idea to just either just like hug the walls and just jump left, right, or just null jumps.
There are a few hard jumps though when you have to jump up and you're moving right. But he makes it look easy. Oh, EightSixThree nearly dying there. He's on 1 HP. He misses.
Oh no, he misses it. Oh,
That's one thing that can mess up is those. When you're jumping left to right to try to hang, you don't always get where you think you're gonna go.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Taking Rayman for a swim,
a lot
though,
of
he's
work.
still alive. Right. Nearly misses it again, but luckily has the right platform to recover on.
Yeah, Jamie's been incredibly dominant in this whole this whole Blue Mountain section, I would say.
He's definitely made up all the time he's lost now.
It all comes down to, well, it might not come down to it, but there's still a lot of major deaths that can happen in Mr. Stone, of course. So,
yeah.
But I would say that Raymandicoot is probably like many minutes ahead now.
Yeah.
This auto-scroller takes up an excessive amount of time, and
He does get the cloud jump. The slippery platforms can sometimes throw Rayman off and not land on that cloud.
yeah, because you have to jump early. You could jump really late with the ground tiles, but with the slippery tiles, you fall off a little bit earlier. So you have to jump earlier as well.
So Raymandicoot
Makes it a little tighter.
The boss fight is a lot harder with slippery percent. You can do it, but it makes a lot of the damage boost we usually do in a speed run harder. And it's easy to take extra damage here as well. It's quite hard to control where Rayman is on this level. So I wonder if James is going to try and take it slow or do damage boosts. Decides not to get the P there, which is
interesting.
I wouldn't, unless he's confident he can get the P before taking more damage. But he's not going to get it on this cycle here. He's going to have to wait for Mr. Stone to go back to the right.
Oh, he jumped the wrong way. Oh, nearly.
Oh, he does get the P again.
Playing it slow, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I don't really know how the new cycles work for Mr. Stone.
You have to do a lot more damage boost than what he's doing, so he's definitely taking it the slow way.
He doesn't want to die. He's got a lead. I can see why.
Okay, he's done the damage boost. I wonder if he'll go for the final Z jump or not.
Although I have to admit, I think that 8-6. Oh no, 8-6 dies here. It's a different story, but I think 8's. Oh no! He landed. He hovered, and it made him land on the cloud, and it disappeared.
Oh, that's bad. He's on 1 health now, so he's
playing
super
safe, very safe now.
He took a lot of extra damage boost there as well, which you probably would want the health for now.
Yeah, he's just gonna duck through all of the stuff that Mr. Stone's gonna do.
Looks like 8-6 is going the fast way. He's got the first part of it down.
What is he doing? Oh my god, you're scaring me.
Animation skip there. There you go, that's already is messing up now. So he's gonna have to do the rest of the fight slow. Jamie taking a long time in this last part of the fight. So he's super careful now with 1 health.
Oh no, 8-6 as well is gonna have to take it very slow. 1 HP left.
Unless he goes to these risky jumps when he's throwing the rock.
Oh my god, Jamie.
He should be okay now.
Oh gosh. Alright, he's good, okay.
That's good.
Now we just have
did make up a bunch of time though on this boss fight.
Yeah, not only the boss, I think he might have made up a little bit of time on...
He's just sent Mr. Stone on holiday, so he's going to be sitting there for 3 minutes.
Oh no.
That's what I was worried about.
Oh god.
Could we say he can add the cheat to skip the level and then add 3 minutes onto his time, so we don't have to watch him stand there for 3 minutes, or?
I haven't really been. I haven't had the chance to watch a lot of these runs. I do not know perfectly what you guys do with it.
Usually, it would be a forfeit in like an actual run, but he can, because obviously you're going to wait 3 minutes and never win the 80% race. But I think it's probably the easiest thing to do is to let him skip the level and then add the extra time on at the end. Otherwise, we're just going to be watching him stand there for a while. But then again, he's on 1 health though, so he could die by Mr. Stone as well. So I think we're just going to have to make him wait there.
Yeah.
Because you don't know whether he's going to be able to finish the boss fight or not, which is the problem. Because he still has that last hit, which he really needs to be careful where Mr. Stone comes down from as well. If he's not paying attention, he might just land straight on Rayman.
Meanwhile, Raymandicoot struggling a little bit to deal with these platforms. Now that he got off that last cloud, pretty much the rest of this level is all sprites.
Yeah.
Much like normal.
You do start to overthink things even if they should be normal.
Also, Mr. Stone's gonna land on the left. 8-6 is messing around. I wouldn't stand there to avoid getting like crapped on from the ceiling. I mean, as long as he's having fun.
Yeah, he needs to think that he can still definitely win this in slippery percent. 10 minutes isn't anything. If Raymandicoot gets stuck on one section, you can get stuck on a section for 10 minutes on this category.
Yeah, not only that, Raymandicoot also has a whole mosquito's nest to do.
Yeah.
So there's still plenty of chances to make up time. Are the clouds slippery as well? The ones that were normally just ground tiles, like you can see the graphic of that Raymandicoot is standing on right now. Those are all slippery right now. But like all the events, like things like clouds, like event clouds that can potentially disappear or not, and things like the choco balls and the flower plants, they're all not. Only of all events cannot be edited like that. But the solid tiles, like these clouds that Raymandi's on right now, are most certainly slippery.
General rule: if anything that's moving isn't slippery, anything that isn't moving is slippery. Like you'll see the clouds, even though they're standing still, you'll see them bounce up and down slightly. That's always how you can kind of tell if something's an event or like an actual tile in the game.
Fun fact: in this Gong Heights section that Jamie's on right now, you can see the indentures of the clouds make up faces. Angry faces.
So, 8-6 finally finishing off the longest Mr. Stone fight ever. But he doesn't die, so he's on to the next level now. I'll be curious how far 8-6 is going to be behind though after everything.
I have to imagine that he's probably like 2 minutes behind.
Yeah, maybe a tiny bit more because of the Twilight revisit as well.
Right.
So this level should be basically the same Jamie's on. Most of it's slippery platforms anyway.
Yeah, and these aren't like manually edited like Allegro is.
Yeah.
Slippery tiles beyond the manually edited level, all the slippery tiles in this game are still just slippery. So
yeah. And on these sort of levels, they're made to be slippery, so the level's just generally easier than the rest of the game if it was slippery. So
I'm surprised
here. I don't know.
Going for the manual or the normal way because
yeah, it's surprising.
You die there. Yeah, it's really hard to do that part, I would say.
Yeah, it's just so much easier to do the clip
at 1 HP. Yeah. I would agree. Ooh, that was a nice strat there.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what he was trying to do initially. He could have made that without dying there, duck quick, without getting hit there if you duck quick. It's super risky. Wonder if Jamie's gonna have trouble with this green boy here. No, it doesn't jump off.
Yeah,
sometimes
like
Sorry. No, I'm just saying he accidentally missed the cage there, so sometimes those green boys can be super aggressive and start bugging out and start not letting you get past them no matter what. But it was lucky enough that didn't happen.
But yeah, like I said at the beginning of the tournament, Ad Solution made this ROM hack in her editor that she made, that she has. It's pretty old at this point, but she made a button that literally converts every solid tile and every solid slope into a slippery version of that slope/tile. And that's it. It's not any other type of tile, and events can't be edited like that. So
Jamie opting to use the 99 lives cheat now. So I'm assuming he's out of game overs then.
I believe he has like 2 more.
Seems to be struggling to enter it. I think he's on RetroArch as well, so he can't use the built-in duck station cheats to get the 99 lives. There he finally gets it.
So what Jamie's doing right now, after this cage and the next one, is going to be all time that he's trying to make up from missing the cage on the second screen.
Yeah.
Which 863 will not have to do at all. So it might be closer than everybody thinks.
I wonder if it'll be quicker to finish the level and do speed storage on the way back. So I'm pretty sure you can get it if you do a fist boost to get up top. Off this plum here. It doesn't look like he's going to try and do that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could just jump through the slippery platform.
That's a good point, actually. If I always see it, you can do that. Yeah, you can just jump straight up onto that tree and jump straight through and get the cage.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he
So
remembers that, or if he actually does the level the intended way.
I think he might just be focusing on. There's a chance right now that he's just focusing on the one at the next screen.
But you'd think he'd get that cage first to avoid re-entering.
Well, maybe.
But he's getting a checkpoint though, so I don't think he's gonna. Oh, that's actually not too bad if he doesn't hit the top strat to die and get the checkpoint.
No, he is going for the top one.
Yeah, he must not know.
This is an interesting strat.
I mean, it's probably the best way to do this level if you don't know about the just jumping through the platform.
Yeah, because unlike solid tiles, slippery tiles are all semi-solid, as in you could jump up through them. It's actually a strat that you can use throughout all the levels in this game, more or less. Yeah, he takes the death there. It's smart.
Definitely smart.
So he simply needs to.
I'm just gonna try and skip the plan altogether. That was quite clever.
He just zooms it, but the hunter's there to block him. He is invincible.
So he finally gets through it.
Yeah, he's just trying his best to completely skip everything, but it's not working out. Costing him a bit of time. Yeah, and now he's gonna struggle through this part here.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a gap. Please.
Oh, well done. He gets through
my god. Okay, he's fine. He's safe.
There we go. He's through the level. So any time you see Jamie or Raymandicoot in these levels now, it's time for 86 to catch up, because 86 isn't gonna do anything Raymandicoot needs to do right now. He is making quick work of this level now.
Yeah, with the run ability, you can skip all the cycles.
Oh, taking another death there.
Yeah, so 86 has died a couple times on this Gong Height screen, but Raymandi is also doing a little. He's probably not being very optimal because he probably doesn't have to do this revisit that often the way he's doing it, especially with slippery physics.
Yeah,
so you can see he's making a lot of mistakes that you weren't seeing in Blue Mountains, for example. And now I believe, 86 took the cheat code after dying and losing his continues.
So Jamie needs to be careful not to get the end sign without getting the cage again.
Oh, that's a nice strat there. I am surprised.
I think
that was a very blind setup. I wonder if he knew about that beforehand, because that barely worked.
I don't think so, because he wouldn't have usually done this level, surely.
Oh, he's gonna hover it.
No, you're smart. That way you can't get the inside.
That was spooky, but...
And you probably could just jump straight through that as well, I'm imagining.
Like he barely missed getting hit by the water.
Yeah.
He was probably pixels from hitting the water.
So this will be the final screen of the Mosquito's Nest now. Or what do you have to do? I forget if the other screen's in it or not, actually.
No,
it won't be. It won't be.
Yeah, like I said earlier, both the auto scroller and the boss themselves are gone. So we can see now that Raymandicoot is actually quite a lot ahead, probably more than 3 minutes now. He's no longer behind on any sort of revisits.
I don't think that would have been the case if 86 could have done this level without dying, but he died quite a few times in it.
Yeah, this auto scroller has stopped up 86 significantly.
So a lot of these early levels now should be quite a breeze for Raymandicoot just to run through. Not really too much chance of dying.
Yeah, Pink Plant Woods is very scary early on in Slippery Percent when you don't have hover or run, but once you do, the levels feel like they go from being like as wide as the sea to being crunched up like nothing, because you just can hover through everything and run through everything. They weren't exactly built to be run through. You can see a lot of stuff in things like Crystal Palace and Space Mama, and all the Picture City levels are a lot wider to make up for the fact that you have a run ability now.
Exactly. Even if it
And
doesn't
although
feel
the
like
game
it.
doesn't require, yeah, it doesn't necessarily require you to run everywhere for the
No.
most part. Like, there's only like, yeah, it doesn't require you to run ever almost in the game, if I recall. But
Only
it
on
does
the tiller
feel a little
screens,
bit,
I think.
yeah. But it does feel a lot wider. Like the levels just feel longer, larger.
Basically, it's taking a death again. So he's losing a lot of time to this.
It's a pretty common pitfall for like casual players to never ever use the run ability after they get it because they never actually need it and it's not exactly a memorable power up, I guess.
Especially when you don't know what's coming in front of you. You kind of don't want to run at everything.
Yeah. The first time you're playing around, you just don't even think about the run ability for the most part.
Yeah.
Kind of like Hollow Knight, where nobody ever uses spells, ever.
Same as Dark Souls then.
Same as Dark Souls. No one ever, no one knows the upgrades exist until they're like at the end of the game. They're like, "Wow, I could have killed belt gargoyles in like 2 hits."
Yeah. EightSixThree finally getting through this level now. Should be able to get speed storage off the back of this.
And just barely makes it with the speed that he has. Working out. Doesn't have to kill Mr. Sax. Obviously, this is the same as normal. So, no big.
I think he knows the clip route because he just done a rolling speed off of that platform. So I expect he's just going to go straight up to the top and jump through. Otherwise, I don't know why he would have done what he did.
Sometimes I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't know, but oh yeah, he doesn't know. Oh, maybe he does.
I'm surprised because he had the speed storage, but he decided just to run off the edge.
You don't even need speed. You could use the rope thing, but
yeah, I don't think that's going to give him enough speed.
No. It seems that neither of our runners today know about the clip through strat. You could just jump from these mushrooms up there, but neither of them know. So they're gonna try. EightSixThree is gonna try to find a different way up.
I know it was discussed that you can do these sort of things. I'm surprised neither of them don't know. Going to keep trying this. I just don't think you can get enough speed. Maybe he does a fist boost from on top of the tree there, and there's a slight downward slant. You might have a chance.
It's possible the stress of the run is making them not think about it.
Yeah.
They're both dying here at their own respective sections, so not much progress is being made.
None at all.
So it's okay that they're both dying.
Or he does finally do it. At least he gets it in the end.
Finally gets the speed storage. Okay.
I think the casual way would have been quicker still.
I mean, ultimately, if they knew about the clip strat, this would have been done a long, long time ago.
That's true. So I know there's a big one in Spaceman which saves a bunch of time if they know that one.
Yeah. So the Stormer screen, right? You could just jump up through them, and also the in this screen coming up, Eraser Planes 3, you can like jump right through like all the small sections.
You shouldn't even need small Rayman for this. So Jamie knows about this part.
Well, Jamie knows about this crawl, but I guess he just didn't think about it at the time, maybe?
Yeah, he should have jumped straight through his pencil as well. He doesn't think to do that though. I'm pretty sure that pencil he can just jump straight through as well.
I wonder
how much of this level you can get through then is Big Rayman. Is it all of it? Do you need small Rayman at all?
I don't think you need Big Rayman. Or I don't think you need Small Rayman, if I recall correctly.
Speed boost,
it was one of the like important, interesting strats that people came up with when Slippery Percent came out. After the initial playthrough.
I guess it's where if they know to do that or not.
Right, and then this part, I think, you can just crawl through.
There's no 50-50 cage in this category.
Yeah, Jamie seems fairly experienced at what he can and can't do.
That's a,
Ooh, yeah, that was an accident. You could tell that was not what Jamie wanted.
he definitely has got. It's not too far away though, and A6 is still quite far behind. So,
Yeah, that was a solid like 10 seconds maybe.
so
Not
getting
a
up
big
these
deal.
slopes there are definitely hard on slippery percent. You can't just walk up them because the game's just going to want to make you fall down. Worry about his health here. That's why he didn't. No, he gets.
Probably did not expect the slippery physics there. He wasn't thinking about it. You could tell he was like not sure how to progress.
Getting the life, which is
Getting the
smart.
life. Yep, smart.
So when he
Now
tries-
he's not. He's trying. He wanted to land and grab that.
Okay,
platform,
he's going to try and do all his big Rayman, which will be interesting. Okay, he gets through. He gets through.
Yeah, now he can get the P word.
So when he go
Yeah,
back,
he needs to get the cage anyway.
yeah.
Now the question is, will he go back, or will he just run through?
I think he's going to try it. I think he knows to try it.
Yeah, he's slipping.
Can you get up? Oh, you can just jump
Yep,
straight
you
through
can just
it.
crawl right through it. Yep.
I guess this fairy could be scary. Alright, that should be fine now. Takes it extra safe, but that's really
That's
cool strat.
huge. Yep.
So does 8-6 know that though? That's the question. If
Now,
he doesn't, that's a big time loss for 8-6.
I believe that Raymandicoot will
You
not.
probably don't even need small Rayman here either, do you?
You don't
Yeah.
know. But you're gonna get hit by the small Rayman here anyway.
Yeah, so it doesn't save too much. So quick work of that level by
Pretty
Raymandicoot.
comfortable lead by Raymandicoot right now. As long as he doesn't die here, I think he's gonna play it safe for the most part. Is my
Still-
guess.
Yeah, definitely. There's still plenty of opportunity for 8-6 to catch up there in the cave and pencil level still there.
Yeah, because one of the important parts about slippery percent is that even though the slippery physics you could be experienced at the slippery physics, you could still struggle in the caves. The caves have plenty of rings, and all the strats are still intact. Pretty much exactly the same. Obviously, you could struggle a bit because on the initial jumps, because you'll get different sorts of physics, but it's more or less the same strats as long as you do null jumps. And we know 8-6 is pretty good at those.
Yeah, he definitely has the advantage in caves, I would imagine. Okay, so he goes for a risky jump there, but doesn't die. But misses the cage.
Slow fist. Being slow. What a
Yes.
surprise. He's trying his best to get underneath the sharpener. Pretty common, you know, struggle bust part if you don't get the cycles and the slippery physics, removing your ability to consistently grab the ledge.
Yeah.
Take the bit out of you.
So does 8-6 know these strats here? That's the question. I think he
So
probably will.
Raymandicoot has no HP. Please don't hit. Whoo! Whew. What? You're scaring me, my friend.
Alright, one more hit after this.
Alright.
Hopefully he remembers not to go for the soft lock hit.
Well, he can't now. He's got no HP.
No, sometimes you do just go into autopilot mode and forget. But I don't think he's going to do that. No.
Nah, he's just gonna hold here, do a null jump, and he'll be safe.
Yeah.
As long as he stopped moving. Perfect. And then crawl, and that's it. That's game.
So besides the first screen, that was a really good EP by Jamie. AK Raymandicoot. And going on to pencil penetration. I can never Pentathlon, that's the one. I never remember the names.
Pencil penetration is not my not what it is.
Absolutely not.
Not what it is. Alright. 8-6 taking a small death. More or less in the same spot that Jamie did.
Jamie does leave the level by mistake though. He shouldn't be I don't think you can make this platform with the smaller hitboxes. the platforms.
Now you
Okay,
can't.
he's realizing now he's gonna go the normal way.
This
86
part pretty much the same.
86
Yeah.
is struggling on a section where Raymandicoot didn't struggle at all.
I would say Jamie took it quite a bit slower than normal, but
Yeah.
he didn't struggle that much. No.
Okay, he does make it.
He's
Okay,
going. No, he's gonna go. He's
This-
gonna have to do this part with hover. This is a damage strat. It's tough.
Yeah, this bit's a lot harder as well. The pinned hitboxes are a lot bigger, so it's a lot easier to get hit.
Jamie going for a cheeky strat, but it's not good enough. I wonder if that actually is a real strat. I want to see him try that again. Looked like it was a little bit too far, but it looked like it could have been better. Oh no, he's gonna go slow. Yep.
So there's a bunch of cool strats you can do on this level, but it's one of those things you would definitely need to test beforehand. He does a nice jump there though, nearly getting through with the easy jump strat. And 86 just making it through that section now on EP. So the rest of the level should be quite simple if he knows the tricks. But Raymandicoot taking a commanding lead now. He's zooming through these levels.
Oh, he knows about the slippery platform trick, so he's saving plenty of time here as well, compared to the vanilla run. Gonna crawl right through.
Going for the damage boost strats, although he messes that one up.
So I believe this is the portion where Raymandicoot struggled in the initial race. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I believe that 86 had a significant advantage in terms of deaths and just briskness through the level on their first play, but Raymandicoot's not struggling as much, also taking the checkpoint.
That's definitely the best. You just should take every checkpoint at this point. There's no way. As long as Raymandicoot doesn't mess up too much, there's no way 86 can catch up here. So if he's taking those checkpoints for safety, it's definitely the right thing to do.
Does Raymandicoot know where 86 is in the levels right now?
I think they're
Are
in the
they
same
allowed to
voice
look?
chat. I think they're probably in the same voice chat, so I expect they're discussing it with each other. Yeah,
I
they're talking
see.
to each other, so I expect they do, unless they're lying to each other.
They're lying to each other. It's
Yeah,
a
but
classic
throw each
text
other
error
off.
strat.
Yep.
Nice.
for a nice-
That was an interesting recoil. I don't think it was worth it.
No, if the anti-team wasn't there, it would have been definitely nice, but he needs
But
to be
yeah,
careful
that
not
would
to
be-
slip into the end sign here. Okay, he doesn't.
This is interesting because that anti-tune is still alive. Fortunately, it's just not here. It's probably way far to the left. So this worked out pretty well for Raymandicoot.
There's 1 HP on this screen. This screen should be exactly the same as any percent now. Besides
Oh
the very
no, this
first part.
isn't fixed. Wait.
It is
This
the fixed
isn't fixed.
version, yeah. He just run down the bottom.
No. That's the thing. It's not. You're not supposed to be able to run down the bottom.
I thought the
Okay,
bouncy
so-
platforms were messed up on that section, even with slippery percent.
No. So what it was you saw those bouncy platforms that he was just on right now.
Yeah.
That he just did and went through the pencils with.
Yeah.
Those were okay. So this isn't the fixed. This is the fixed version. I just didn't remember.
Did you get weird speed off of those bouncy platforms that didn't let you do that strat, I guess?
No, those bouncy platforms weren't bouncy. You had to do manual jumps.
Oh, I see what you mean, okay.
So these bouncies were made specifically to hit the pencils, or to avoid the pencils.
Yeah.
When you do it manually, it's like nearly impossible. You have to do it a different way. You can't get the same type of perfect angle that the bouncies try to give you. Oh
A6 dying
no,
there.
86 taking a really crucial death at the last hit of the boss.
That's a pretty big death. That's about 3 minutes. That's a quite a long time, especially when 86 can't do any damage boosts now.
Yeah,
so you can do
Space
2 of them.
Mama and Viking Mama are both the longest bosses in the game, for sure.
Yeah.
So that was a huge death, in my opinion. Whereas Raymandicoot's been pretty good about this whole pencil, or this whole picture city.
Yeah, he's been really good so far, not making any big mistakes. A few deaths here and there, and I think that's going to slow him down too much.
Oh, got kicked. Pirate karate.
That's 1 less damage. If he does go for the damage boost, it's definitely 1 less he can go for now then. Which loses about 8 seconds per... I doubt he would go for them now, especially after dying. He probably just wants to get through it as quick as... not safety as possible. So the easiest way to do this part is just do neutral jumps everywhere 86 is on. It's definitely the easiest way to do it. Oh, you don't slide into anything unintended. Jamie missing the cage there, which is...
It's important to note that while the swords are planted into the ground, they're not active.
Yeah.
You can walk directly through them and there's no problem. So you can, if you're not, even if you're doing like, the null jumps are certainly the, like, mentally the most safe way to do it, I would say, but you can always do whatever you want in that part to jump on those.
That's true.
But having the peace of mind that you can't like get hit by them as you jump up is pretty nice too.
Yeah. So we'll see here if Raymandicoot knows the strat on this stream. Considering he knew the EP strat, I assume he's going to know this one as well. But he's choosing just to die here, which is pretty smart.
Alright, he goes for the last hit, and he soft locks.
That is a soft lock, yeah.
Oh no.
That's not good. I mean, yeah.
Are they allowed to repeat the level?
Yeah, I'd say that's fine. I think you would have to start from the level again, though.
86 is
I guess that's
in chat now.
Yeah. Don't know what the best thing to do here. I mean, I expect Jamie wants to finish off the run. I guess that's
In chat now. Yeah, I think it's over. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think that 86 wants to do it anymore.
No, not the best thing to do here. I mean, I expect Jamie